All right, we are about to start. Okay. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to everyone who has been participating in this webinar. Welcome to the Indonesian Early Career Psychiatrist webinar, which will focus on the topic of how early career psychiatrists and how we contribute to the world of mental health. And at today's session, we will have 4 speakers from different countries, and we are very lucky that we have these early career psychiatrist colleagues who are willing to participate and share their knowledge and experience with us today. This is an event which has been inspired by a similar event led by Frances in Nigeria. And we are hoping through these events, we can keep inspiring each other and supporting everyone who has been an early career psychiatrist to develop their professional career as well as personal development. So today we have Sati Rajasitanggang from Indonesia. Hi, Sati.
Hi, Sylvia.
And then we will have Joan Soler Vidal from Spain. Hi, Joan.
Hi.
And then we will have Frances Adiuku from Nigeria.
Hello.
Hi, Frances.
Hi, Judy.
And then we have Paolo Grandinetti from Italy. And I would like to introduce myself. My name is Zulfia Sharif. I usually go by my nickname, Vivi. I'm from Indonesia, and I will be the chair for this session. So this is the rule for this webinar. Each speaker will have a 15-minute talk, and then we will have the Q&A session after all 4 speakers have finished their presentations. And for participants who have questions for the speakers, you could type your question in the Q&A room, and then we will discuss about your questions later. And please also type what kind of question you want to ask and to whom you would like to ask the question to. And we're hoping that all of you join the meeting until the end, because we will have a survey and a form that you need to fill out in order for you to get a certificate for your participation of this webinar. Okay, we will start with the first talk. I will introduce our first speaker, Dr. Sati Rajasitanggang from Indonesia. Sati is currently working at the psychiatric division at Pambalah Batung General Hospital, Amuntai, South Kalimantan, Indonesia. Sati finished his psychiatric training in the Department of Psychiatry, University of Airlangga, Surabaya, Indonesia. And currently, he is the chair of the Indonesian Early Career Psychiatrist section of the Indonesian Psychiatrist Association. And we would like to welcome Sati to give his talk. Please, Sati.
Thank you, Dr. Sylvia. And please the slide, please. So first of all, I would like to thank you, Dr. Sylvia, for make this event come through, because this is the first event from Indonesian Early Career Psychiatrist. And I also would like to welcome all participants and also for other speakers from Nigeria, Dr. Francis, Dr. John from Spain, and Dr. Paulo from Italy. It's a nice occasion with you all. So I would like to start my talk with the title Indonesian ECP section, The Journey So Far. Next. So you can see Indonesia is in the red square. You can find it from your country in the world map. Next. So this is the milestone of Indonesian ECP. It started in 2012 on course of leadership and professional skills by Prof. Norman Sartorius. So this is the pioneers of Indonesian ECPs that want to build an organization for young psychiatrists in Indonesia. Next. So the next year in 2013, October 8th, so Indonesian ECP has been established until now and at the 7th National Congress Indonesian Psychiatric Association in Surabaya, East Java. From the left, we have Dr. Umi from Malaysia who helped us to establish this organization. And then Dr. Hervita is the first chair of Indonesian Early Career Psychiatrists until 2019. And then Dr. Lahargo is the co-chair of the Indonesian ECP, the first co-chair of Indonesian ECPs. And then there are Dr. Santi and Dr. Wahi, previous board member of Indonesian ECPs. Next. So what is our vision? Our vision is bringing Indonesian ECPs to be the key players in the development of mental health through networking, capacity building, and experience at local, national, and international. Next, please. Our mission is to provide an opportunity for members to recognize and develop his potential in mental health, building an organization as a strong foundation and guidance, be familiar and symbiotic with the environment as a source to grow and develop, actively introducing themselves, build network sharing among members, building collaboration and collaborating with stakeholders inclusively, and contributing actively and achieving in development of science, service, and development of mental health system. Next slide, please.
Could we have the next slide, please? Yes, thank you.
So the membership is voluntary. In 2013, the criteria is he or she should be a member of Indonesian Psychiatric Association and has completed psychiatric training less than 5 years and or age less than 45 years old. But in 2019, we renewed the criteria according to WPA ACP section. He or she should be a member of Indonesian Psychiatric Association and has completed the psychiatric training less than 7 years. Next slide, please. So these are our organizational performance. We have 6 commissions. The first commission on funds and enterprises, commission on professional development and services, commission on research and instrument development, and commission on information and technology, commission on external affairs, and commission on internal relation and organization. So these all commission work integratively to make this organization running well. Next slide, please. So these are the psychiatric training centers in Indonesia. As you see, the Indonesia is a archipelago country. We have 9 training centers in Indonesia, from the west part of Indonesia until and the central part of Indonesia. Next, please. Next slide, please. So the total numbers of members of Indonesian ECP is 398 members, according to the database of 8 June 2020. consists of from the nine psychiatric centers in Indonesia. Next slide, please. So if you see the comparison of the number of Indonesian ECP and compared to the total Indonesian Psychiatric Association member, we are about 36.34% of total psychiatrists in Indonesia. And I think this is the good source of Indonesian psychiatry in the next years. Next, please. So, well, how can we improve the communication with members? We provide the promote the benefits for members, such as scholarship opportunities, travel awards, courses, presentation at national and international events, national and international research projects, special prize for national event. We have also made a mail group, Telegram group, WhatsApp group, and website that we should revitalize soon. Meeting and gathering in every national international meeting before this pandemic, but after this pandemic, we will try to organize webinars and online meeting, which is suit for us in this situation. Next slide, please. So how do we take part in mental health? In mental health. So the majority of member of Indo ECP is the pioneer of psychiatric service in Indonesia. Why do I say that? Because most of places in Indonesia has not psychiatric service in that. So mostly the young psychiatrists who work in one place must be the first psychiatrist there. So that's why I say that the majority of member of Indonesia ACP is the pioneer of psychiatric service in the workplace. We are also in the board of Indonesian Psychiatric Association as well as in International Psychiatric Association and section. Conduct session in international and national meeting with colleagues from other countries. Taking part in online psychosocial support during COVID-19 pandemic until now, and 2 members of Indonesian ECP also joined the multidiscipline team in temporary hospital for COVID-19 in Jakarta until now. And we also conduct and involved in national and international research project and promote them through presentation and publication. So we also join the mental health promotion through television, radio, social media, and webinar. And joining the mental health consumer and support group such as Mother Hope Indonesia, My Program Indonesia, and etc. Next slide, please. So here are some activities that we have conducted. The course on leadership and professional development for young psychiatrists since 2016 until 2018. Actually, in 2020, we should organize these activities, but we still postpone until November until this situation has been stabilized. And seminar in 2019 we had seminar about the right to vote of people with mental disorder in national election, and because this issue is so sensitive, and we help the Indonesian Psychiatric Association to make official release about this situation, to help government and also to enlighten the psychiatric in Indonesia. Next slide, please. We also have also conducted a workshop about how to make a good presentation in 2014 and 2017, how to develop information through popular media in 2014, clinical pathway of bipolar disorder, and how to understand LGBT. See, that is a sensitive issue in our country, but it's also important for us how to make a right perspective about this situation. And also we have expert and scientific board. We can see that our chair Zulfia Sarif has involved in 2 scientific boards with WPA ACP section. So I would like also to congratulate her for this achievement. Congratulate Dr. Zulfia. Next slide, please. So other planning is exchanges through the WPA ACP section. This is the project from the WPA ACP section and still ongoing process. We submit to institution from Indonesia, Suryani Institute Mental Health in Bali, focus on cultural psychiatry, cultural approach of mental health rehabilitation, and then Division of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry and of University of Indonesia that will be a local coordinator for this program. We hope this this program will be can be realized soon. Next slide, please. Next slide, please.
We're sorry for the delay because Sati is not operating his own presentation at this time. So he needs the host to help him remotely. Okay, go ahead.
The challenge, our challenges is the number of members and their distribution. As we see that not all young psychiatrists are eager to join this organization, and because they have maybe another perspective of their situation and the variant of members' needs and ECP multiple roles. Some ECPs as a clinician as well as academician as well as organizational role. So I think we need also to address this situation because they have a lot of duty at daily activity, and so also there is a low interest in research. But I think this situation will be answered by Dr. Francis next. So I'm so excited to see Dr. Francis talk about how we can collaborate in research. There is also inferiority, minority, and incompetence feeling of our members. Mostly it's because of language barriers in our situation. And the most challenging situation is our dormant members. We still are working on it, how to make they more active and proactive. Next slide, please. But we will still continue the journey. We need to develop more internal consolidation, need assessment, more well planned to realize the good ideas from the other members, encourage each other to involve, to be proactive, so we can grow together because we are one. So we need to develop more activities involved in many national and international projects, expert and scientific works, and national internationally. And network enlargement, revitalize website, social media success story. We need to share success story of our colleagues that inspire others, share more good news and good opportunities to all members. When collaboration with ECPs from other countries, such as from Italy, in Nigeria, and also from Spain, or maybe for other countries. And join the national international section, such as WPA ACP section at next time, just like Dr. Paulo next will be shared to us. And I assure you that we are ready to collaborate and learn from other ECP colleagues from other countries. Next slide, please. So this is my last slide. This is African proverb. So if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So this is so related to us as an organization in Indonesian ECP. Thank you very much for your kind attention. So
Thank you.
Give it to Sylvia.
Thank you, Sati, for a very great presentation. So Sati has shared us the journey of Indonesian early career psychiatrists so far. And we would also like to inform you all that we have 200 registered participants, and currently we have 137 participants joining us. at this webinar. So I would like to congratulate all of us for sharing and doing this together. And hopefully we can share the experience and knowledge with others, and also, of course, inspire others to do similar things or even better from what each of the speaker would share with us. We have participants from Indonesia, from USA, from Iran, Nigeria, from Pakistan, and from other countries. So thank you for joining us. And we would go to the next talk of this session. So the second talk will be delivered by Joan Soler Vidal from Spain. Joan will give a talk about organizing ECP events and establishing lasting friendships. Joan currently works at Hermanas Hospitalarias in Spain, and he's also the local coordinator of the European Federation of Psychiatric Trainees, and also the research assistant of FIDMAG Research Foundation in Barcelona, Spain. And currently, he is also attending a PhD program at the University of Barcelona. So Joan, the floor is yours.
Thank you for your introduction. I'm going to share the screen. Okay. Hello, c'est moi. Hello, everyone. My name is Joan Soler Vidal. And I would like to start thanking Dr. Zulfia Sharif, also to Dr. Sati and the rest of the Indonesia Psychiatric Association for organizing this event. I'm going to talk to you about how to organize an early career psychiatrist event, and also I'm going to talk about friendship. So I'm going to start to define what is a ECP, what is a early career psychiatrist. I'm going to tell you how I organized an event in Barcelona for ECPs. Then I'm going to tell you a few clues, a few key points on how to organize events, and then I'll tell you about friendships. So what is an ECP? As Dr. Sati said a few minutes ago, according to the World Psychiatric Association section of early career psychiatrist, is someone who is a psychiatric trainee or psychiatrist until 7 years after training is finished. So most of you, I think most of you are applied for this criteria. So I'd like you to invite to be a member of this section that Dr. Mariana Pinto da Costa is the chair. So it's easy to be a member. You just only have to send the CV, and you can Google these words, early career psychiatrist and WPA section, and you'll find the information in this website. So I organized in Barcelona the course, Leadership Skills course, with Dr. Professor Norman Sartorius and Professor Thornycroft. And I want to tell you a few key points about how I organized it. You need motivation. Motivation is important, because if you are not motivated, then do a task. You have to find motivation or be motivated. And I was motivated, so I started talking to them, and we agreed on doing this course in Barcelona. Then you have to find collaborators. If you want to be if you want to organize an event, an important event with a proper site, proper building, proper people, you have to find collaborators. I didn't know any of these institutions, anybody, any VIP, but I just started talking with them, and finally, as this was a non-profit course, it was for free. They were happy to collaborate, and finally we succeeded. And last, mentors. I would like to talk about mentors. Mentors are recommended, but they are always not necessary. Maybe you and your colleagues alone, you can organize an event. And when we talk about events, it can be a course, but it can be, as Dr. Sati said before, it can be a local course, a national course, it can be an international event, but it also can be a dinner or a lunch. This is an event. When you talk about events, it's not only academic or research. It's about gathering people, and you can think about that too. So the other part I did is designing a website. I'm not an expert in computers, but I decided that if this was about to be an international course, I had to create a website. So it took me 1 or 2 days to create this website, and it helped us a lot because a lot of people applied for this course. We had 60 applications from 5 different companies. So use internet to spread the word. Use internet, use Facebook, use Twitter, whatever you think it can spread the word, use it. Maybe you're not an expert, but you can learn to do few things. Finally, we selected 16 participants from these countries in green and red. The red ones are the ones that didn't come for external reasons. So this is the group photo. We had a great time. Here, Dr. Sartorius and Dr. Turner appear in the photo, and I'm very thankful for their collaboration. So, how to organize an event? I'm going to tell you about 2 words: collaboration and networking. Collaboration is a psychological. You need to have a psychological approach. It's a mental attitude to collaborate, and you have to have respect for other colleagues. You have to listen to them. You have to be open to experiment their ideas. You just have to. Collaboration is a word that includes more words: respect, openness, and also sensitivity. You have to be sensitive on your actions, because your actions can affect your colleagues or maybe the mission's outcome. The goal of your group can be affected. So you have to be sensitive. The other word I want to talk to you about is about networking. Networking sometimes is difficult. Maybe I include myself, we prefer to be at home watching the TV or using our computer or in the internet, and we prefer to be alone, that's gathering people and network. But networking is something that you can learn. You can learn how to love to network. And what do you need? You need to just be open to learn. You have to focus only in learning. Some people say, if I have to go, I don't want to go to events because I have to talk. No, that's not like that. You can go to events and just listen. Listen is more difficult than talking. Sometimes when people gather, the most difficult thing is to just listen openly to others, people's ideas. So you just go there and learn. It's important to find common interests. So if you find common interests with other colleagues, maybe not everyone, but from 10 people, you have 2 common interests. You have common interests with 2 people, so you just network with them. And it's important also to network with people who think differently from you. And you have to think broadly about what you can do. What are you good at? Are you good at research? Are you good in using Facebook, the Facebook group? Are you good at using Twitter? Are you good on social psychiatry and you want to use this knowledge for doing a research project? You have to know yourself. And last but not least, you have to find a higher purpose. Some people just network because they want to be better and they want to be the best. Maybe if you network because you want to post photos on Facebook or Instagram, this will not succeed if you go to not network for this reason. You have to find a higher purpose. For example, I want to create a bigger society in my country. I want to create an impact in my city. I want to, together with people, to do something to others. Not you. It's not have to be, the reason of networking has not to be you. It has to be a we action. Now, after telling you, you may think, now, I don't know how many members, 150 participants in this meeting. Maybe you're thinking, okay, but what do I do? I'm an ECP in Indonesia, but can I do something for my society? Can I create an impact? Of course you can. You can do whatever you want. You have to just talk to people and meet them, and meeting them, as I said before, means having a dinner. Maybe an event will start only by a dinner or having a drink with a couple of friends or colleagues. So yes, you can. Of course you can. And I have to tell you, I've been looking for some information from your society. Dr. Sati showed us more information, but looking at these numbers, 300 members, now Dr. Sati said 400 ECPs is a lot of people. I mean, you can create a lot of events with these people. You can have a lot of fun. I don't talk about research or impact. I just only talk about fun. Just starting for that, you can just have a dinner, meeting people, and this will create events. You will create projects from these little events in your local community. And I saw, according to WHO data, that more than almost 8,000 people are mental health care workers in Indonesia. I think Indonesia has 280 million people. You're 8,000 workers, so you can create a lot of impact. So you're not 400, you're not 1,000 psychiatrists in Indonesia Psychiatric Association. You're 800 people, because we can create events with nurses, with social workers, with community workers. It's not about only psychiatrists with psychiatry. It's about gathering people from different kinds of fields. So yes, you can. And I have to tell you, when I was a child, I loved the Jungle Book from Disney. And I know that this orangutan lives in Sumatra, Indonesia. And I want to tell you that we have to be like orangutans. I was reading a very interesting paper, and orangutans, they plan and they communicate communicate their goals to their colleagues before they do them. This is a very intelligent task: planning and communication. So you can be like them. We can be like them. We have to be like them. We have to plan. We have to communicate. And then maybe it's the most difficult task. We have to jump. And if we jump with more people, it will be easier. But we have to jump from our jungle liana. We have to jump because we're doctors, we visit patients, but we also have to create more. We have to be more impactful to our societies, and we don't know what we'll find, but we have to jump, and if we do it with friends, with colleagues, it will be easier. Last, I want to show you pictures from different events. These pictures are from the event I organized in Barcelona, and also from a course that in Greece that Dr. Mia Mora was there from Indonesia. And if you see, we're laughing in some pictures. We are having fun. We're meeting people, and what we created was great because it was a very interesting course. We learned a lot, but we had fun. And now, maybe we don't talk every day, but if we talk, we rely on these people. We are friends. And I'd like to finish with one sentence, is that events finish. You will be in one event, you will be in one course, you will organize something. But friendship that you will create in these events will remain. And this is the most beautiful thing. Thank you very much for your attention. And here you have my email if you want to contact me. Thank you, Romeo.
Thank you, Dr. Juan, for a very motivating talk. We are hoping that your presentation could motivate us more especially for collaboration and also networking, and not to forget to have fun as well. And yeah, it's very, very inspiring. We are going to proceed to the third talk, but before that, we'd like to invite you, if you have any questions, please type your question at the Q&A item here, and then we will have the discussion at the Q&A session later. But please type your question and to whom you would like to ask your question to.